p.m. And as always, the next item is citizens participation. Mark, what do you got tonight?
Okay, what have I got tonight? House here wise, me, my dad and me are okay. I have started a new excursion with the state about caregivers and federal income tax rebates. All caregivers and the families. I've got a representative for the Jack Lewis representative state house about caregivers and the money they spend on the services, and maybe getting a tax break. I'm on a bill that they co-sponsor, a woman named Madeline Miller and Jack Lewis. I think they're in that office together, and they sent out a bill that I have co-signed on, and they've been trying to get in touch with me to talk things over. I'm going to start that tomorrow. So yeah, I'm speaking up for the caregivers for the state because of what's going on in here. That's it.
Yeah, that's great. Way to fight City Hall, Mark. Keep it up. Okay. So moving on to agenda item 3, the Ashland groundwater regulations. Laura has informed me that per the town manager, Mike Herbert, we're going to table that until our next meeting. So that would be then probably on the agenda for the 21st of the month. And
Mr. Chair, if I may, I can update the board a little bit, So at the same time, the EPA and DEP was also having comments on this, so they did send some updates today, and that's the reason, So we the town council is reviewing them, so you just want to make sure, that it get reviewed before it is presented to the board. So there'll be few changes to what the draft we sent you earlier, So, and it came late today, I was on that email. So we'll review and come back to the board. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So just to kind of not waste any time, since we seem to have a few minutes, since Eric Dickinson is going to, talk about the septic variance waiver. Jay, is this like a quick update today, or you have anything for us for the remote area medical? If you have a lot, we can certainly wait, or you can start and he can interrupt us whenever we want. You okay with that?
Sure, it's super quick. We just continue to reach out to various resources in the area, mainly to try to get folks involved in the clinic who can sign people up for health insurance and to provide some continuity of care. So doctor's appointments afterwards, get them doctors. That's for me, that's about it. Steve Mitchell has met with Framingham State and had that seems to be a success. I haven't talked to him yet, but he sent out an email about that and said that it was a good meeting to get housing for the RAM folks. And then Keefe Tech met with our community host group on February 20th. And that went well. So things moving forward. Ed Berman, I don't know if you have anything to add.
No, I'm good. Pretty much that's all we've done pretty much in the last week or so.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like we just met, Ron.
No,
2 weeks already.
Yeah, I know. It definitely did. So
yeah,
that stuff goes quick. That's for sure. Okay.
Thanks.
So just interested. So, I'm sure it's probably just like a little loose end. Like all the heavy lift, you guys have already done most of that, right?
I mean, everything's in, most of it is in place for the venue. I think we're doing pretty well on fundraising. Now the big push really is to get general support staff. And, so, it's hard to get people on board when it's so far out, mid-August, but, I think, the late spring will really make a push, but we're in good shape.
Okay. That's great. Well, thank you and Ed and Raj and everybody else that's really involved in moving this. It's a pretty big task. So
Dr. J, I just want to, sorry, just want to
Yeah.
add, if you look at Metro West Care Connection, for the post care, this organization came to the town, the last month we had a conversation. So they connect people, uninsured, underinsured people with the resources. I don't know, a pretty good team, they operate out of Framingham. Mr. Berman might know them, mostly funded by the Metro West Health Foundation. So this is what they do. They connect people, with resources, insurance staff and all that,
That's excellent. Yeah, I was not aware of them. I'll definitely contact that organization. Thanks, Raj.
I'm in touch with the team because they came here, had a conversation with us, so happy to connect, and we can have a conversation with them,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Laura, it seems okay. That's you're good, Jay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Ron.
All right. So, yeah, no, thank you. It looks like Eric is here. So, looks like we can proceed with agenda item number 3, or I'm sorry, 4, the septic variance request for 243 Olive Street. Eric, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
So, yeah, I see the variance. Yeah, any comments on that for us, or?
It's basically I could share my screen and go over the plan if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me try to do that. I had it here. I'm not seeing it. I thought I just had it up. Sorry about this.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think we all probably have. You're talking about the site plan.
Yeah. Do you guys all have it
Yeah,
up?
I think we all probably have access to that.
Okay.
I'm looking at it on my screen right now. So.
Okay. So
yeah,
basically, it's a failed septic system at it's a 3-bedroom single family house at 243 Olive Street.
Yep.
Which is Olive is over by the intersection of Clinton Street, almost at the Hopkinton town line. If you were to take a right, from Olive onto Clinton, you'd be right at Legacy Farms. The backyard, the existing system is in the middle of the backyard, almost directly behind the center of the house. There's a pretty large wetland system to the north. That runs along the entire property line. You can see the associated buffers. There's a 25-foot buffer, 50-foot buffer, and 75 and 100-foot buffer. With that resource area in mind, I tested as best I could over towards the southern property line there. The soils were pretty decent. I mean, we had a pretty good perk rate. It was 6 minutes per inch, and the groundwater was about about 6 feet below grade, which isn't bad at all. However, the existing sewer pipe inside the house that comes out is too deep. It's about 3.5 feet below the top of concrete. So in order to avoid a pump, which are, a pump chamber, which is about $6,000-7,000, we decided to raise the pipe a foot. It's about the max we can go. And then we're also asking for a foot off the 4-foot groundwater, the 4-foot separation. So it'll be a 3-foot separation to the bottom of the trenches. There's no increase in flow. It's just a replacement. There's no garbage grinder. It actually isn't sized for that. The existing system there, that's another variance, a local variance where I try to limit, like I said, the encroachment into the buffer zone, so the garbage grinder will be prohibited. That's about all. It's just I guess trying to save the homeowner money, and while protecting that resource area and the environment as best possible. So
okay,
that's
great. Anybody have any questions? Or I'm sorry, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Raj.
Mr. Eric, can you please explain to the board, if you're going from 4 feet to 3 feet, if there is any hazard or any issue post, going the distance, for what we are asking the variance, please?
No, it's there. The studies have shown that you really only need about 2 feet. So, when you're doing a repair, they look at it like you're trying to better a failing situation. If I was to add a bedroom, then they would require 4 feet, but you wouldn't get any variances. But the 3 feet it's adequate. There's been studies, that's if you're trying to improve a failing situation, which the existing system out there is in the groundwater right now. That's why it failed a Title V inspection. So as it is now, the existing system, it's at once a year it gets up into that groundwater and you're contaminating it. So the 3 foot separation is good protection. So yeah, it's definitely an improvement over what's there, and it's allowed by the DEP.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Great. Anybody else? No? Okay. All right. I guess we can do these one at a time. Anybody like to make a motion to approve section 303-11?
I'll do that, Ron. And
Okay,
thank you
thank you
for the explanation, Eric. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Great.
So I'll make a motion to grant the variance from Ashland Board of Health Regulations, section 303-11, to allow for subsurface sewage disposal system to be designed without a garbage disposal, with the conditions that no garbage disposal be installed within the house, and a deed recording be placed on the property stating no garbage disposal shall be installed in the house while the subsurface sewage disposal system is in use for 243 Olive Street.
Okay, thank you. Any second?
Oh,
Second? Okay, we have 2 seconds. That's great. Thanks, Ed and Barbara. All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. It looks like that passes 5-0.
Thank
you. All right. Anybody like to make a motion for section 310 CMR 15405 1H2 to allow that variance?
Let me try it.
Okay.
So I'd like to make a motion for the section 310 CMR 15.401 to allow the reduction from 4 feet to 3 feet separating for soils with percolation rates greater than 2 minutes per inch between the bottom of the soil absorption system and the seasonal high groundwater elevation. So the reduction eliminates the need for the cost of pump, chamber, and retaining walls.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Anybody second that?
Yes.
Second? Okay, Barbara, thank you. All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, looks like that passes 5-0 as well. So Eric, thanks very much for the explanation.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Have a great night.
All right.
I'm sure I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
All right. All right. So moving on to Health Director's agenda, item 6. Raj, you're up.
Thank you, sir. Regarding 137 Pond Street, still working on the case, from the last meeting we had with the owners, we have not heard since. Right now we're working with the town council to move forward on the case, probably have to file this in the court, working on that. Besides that, minor housing cases, we got a couple of them that we are working on. Easy Convenience at 69 Pond Street. This was on February 26. They had a water pipe break. This is a convenient liquor store. I guess it's a beer and wine store. So I have to come out, based on the water damage and water in the store, we have to close the store, They got it mitigated. We opened them back on Wednesday, but I just wanted to inform the board. The childhood vaccine COVID clinic going strong. This week we are not doing it. Jessica had some stuff going on, so tomorrow we are not going to be doing the clinic. For COVID vaccines, the demand is very low. Last clinic we had only one person come in, So, but we'll keep doing that. Other than that, for the childhood vaccine clinic, we had a conversation with the Metro West Health Foundation this Friday. Past Friday. We are trying to apply for a grant, for the clinic, and Victoria, Jessica, both are helping me, write the grant, and hopefully we get that. Only other item, Mr. Chair, you have anything? I thought you said something. Sorry, sir. Yes.
No.
So the only other thing is about the in-person Board of Health meeting or any other meetings, municipal meetings, right? I guess the deadline for the remote meetings is now March 31st of this year. It seems that something is in front of governor's table, regarding the extension. But as for now, if it is not extended, not the next meeting, but the one after, we're going to have it in person,
Okay.
We'll keep the board informed, if anything changes, but I guess we have one more meeting that we can do remote, and after that, I guess it's going to be in person.
Yeah.
That's all I have, short today.
Okay.
I'm open to any questions for the board,
Yeah. And any issues with the tobacco fines with those being paid? Have we gotten that yet, or is that?
I'm aware, sir, the Clocktown have paid it, we have not heard from Family Dollar. I'll reach out, we did had a complaint, though a minor complaint about cleanliness at the Family Dollar that Mr. Karan is addressing right now, but
Okay.
I'll touch base, but I guess they had 21 days, from the issuing of the fine, and I guess after that we can file it in court, but I will have a conversation with the team, the status, and I'll update the board. But Clocktown is paid, we did get a receipt of that.
Okay. All right. Good.
Thank
you. And can you elaborate a little on the 137? You're saying that's already in a legal process?
So, sir, when they started, right, we have given them 1 month for repairs, or come up with a proposal to the Board of Health, right, what they're going to do with the property, right? After that 1 month passed, we gave them some more time, but we had one contractor come to us, it's called handyman contractor, but this was almost a month back, right? And he said he won't be able to take on such a big job, right? And he said he'll get back to us after talking to the owners, but we have not heard since, Given the timeline, the process we have is like we have to get something going on that, if the board want to wait more time, that's fine, but I guess right now we are over 2.5 months, I guess, at least 2 months over the timeline that we have given them for a reply, or, to initiate some sort of remediation or, repairs, we can touch base, again, try contacting the owner again, but this is where we are,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to the consent agenda, item 7. Anybody like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as proposed?
Yep, I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda as proposed.
Okay, great. Any seconds?
I'll second it.
Okay. All right, Bernadette. Thank you. All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Yep.
Aye.
All right. Seems like that passes 5-0. And I guess well, moving on to agenda item 8, future agenda items. I guess the next meeting will be March 21st. Looks like we'll have the groundwater on there, and our usual things. Anything else anybody wants to bring up? No. Okay. Anybody else with anything they'd like to review? No. Okay. Great. Pretty quiet meeting tonight.
Yep.
No fighting. Very good. Okay. Anybody like to make the most important agenda? Motion?
I'll make the motion that we adjourn.
All right. Thanks, Ed. Any seconds?
I'll second that.
Okay, that's great. 2 seconds simultaneously. That's great. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll